Have you ever just stopped and thought about that strange paradox in life? You see good people, really diligent folks facing hardship after hardship.
Yeah, while others who maybe don't seem quite as virtuous, they just seem to sail through, finding success almost easily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something people have puzzled over for centuries, hasn't it? And often we just chalk it up to, I don't know, fate, or maybe
Well,
something bigger pulling the strings.
it's a very human reaction to things that don't seem fair or logical. And honestly, modern thinking, rationalism, it often doesn't give us answers that really satisfy that deep question, leaves you feeling a bit incomplete.
Totally. And that's actually why today we're going to do a deep dive. We're getting into some really profound ideas that challenge how we usually think about cause and effect.
We're looking at Kahana Karmanagati by Pandit Sriram Sharma Acharya. It's a text that explores the very intricate ways karma works and what suffering really is.
Yeah, our goal here is to try and cut through some of that confusion, maybe offer a different lens, part philosophical, part almost scientific, to understand why things unfold the way they do.
And, you might just discover that you're playing a much bigger part in shaping your own reality than you perhaps ever realized.
So let's start unpacking this whole enigma of karma, that age-old question again. Success for the lazy, failure for the hardworking, suffering for the wise. Why?
Traditionally, especially in Eastern thought, there's this concept of a cosmic scorekeeper, right? Like Chitragupta in Yamalok, supposedly noting down every single good deed, every bad deed.
For every living being, not just humans, but billions of them. Plus, what is it, 8.4 million other species?
Right. Every action, every thought across who knows how many lifetimes. I mean, think about the sheer scale of that task. It's completely understandable to feel a bit skeptical.
Yeah, how could one single external entity manage that kind of continuous, vast record keeping? That does make you wonder.
Is that the whole story? Or maybe there's a deeper way to look at it.
And this is where the text offers a really fascinating twist. It suggests Chitragupta isn't out there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
It's actually inside us. It's our own subtle inner consciousness, our subconscious mind, essentially.
So we are the record keeper. That's quite a shift. The ultimate internal accountant, always on duty.
And this internal record, the text calls it karma rekha, like these subtle lines, impressions of everything we do, everything we think, getting etched onto the, what does it say, the atomic matter of the mind?
Basically, yeah, etched onto our subconscious. For anyone familiar with the idea of the subconscious, this really elevates its role, doesn't it? It's not just hidden desires, it's this active recorder.
It uses an analogy like a gramophone record. Sounds get etched onto the vinyl.
And when the needle runs over them, the sound comes out.
Right. And it even mentions parallels, interestingly, to Freud's work on the subconscious and Dr. J.C. Bose's findings about subtle lines appearing in matter, suggesting there's maybe a resonance with, well, more scientific observations.
And here's a really crucial point, perhaps the core insight. It's not just the action itself that gets recorded, it's the intention, the feeling behind it, the pavana. That's what truly matters.
That's key.
The book gives that powerful example from the Mahabharata Krishna telling Arjun to fight, essentially to kill millions.
Yeah, a huge war.
But Arjun, because his intention was pure, aligned with establishing dharma, righteousness, he didn't incur negative karma from those actions.
Wow. So your inner world, your intentions, that's what's really writing your karmic story, much more than just what people see on the outside.
Precisely. It gives immense weight to our thoughts and feelings.
That is a huge shift in perspective. And speaking of consequences, let's talk about suffering, because the text seems clear. It's kind of an unavoidable part of this whole karmic process.
It says the movement of karma cannot be avoided. Full stop. No one gets a free pass, apparently, not even divine figures or great sages.
Which raises the question, if even they aren't exempt, what does that imply for us?
Well, the book gives examples, doesn't it? Like Guru Vashishta facing his father's death, Sita being abducted, Lord Ram's exile.
Right, major figures experiencing major suffering.
It underscores the idea that ultimately no one gives joy or sorrow. Everyone experiences the fruits of their own karma. It's presented as this impartial universal law.
Okay, so if it all comes back to our own karma, how does suffering actually show up? The text breaks it down into three types, which is quite helpful. First is athatmic dukh.
Athatmic, yes. That's the internal mental stuff. Suffering that comes from within our own minds. Anxiety, worry, anger, jealousy, feeling slighted, grief over separation, fear, all those internal battles.
Mental sins leading to mental suffering. Makes sense.
Then there's adhepatic dukh. This is more about the body, physical suffering from, say, physical actions or social missteps.
Like diseases, pain, accidents, even hunger and thirst.
Exactly. And interestingly, the text suggests that mental sins can often be a root cause of these physical problems, too. It's not just about physical actions leading to physical results. The mind plays a big role.
That connection is powerful. Okay, and third type,
That's a Davic Duke. This is suffering from external forces, things often seen as beyond our immediate control.
like natural disasters, earthquakes, floods, famine, or bigger societal issues like epidemics or war.
Precisely. But what's really important is how the text links them all. It suggests all three types, ultimately, stem from our mental, physical, and social actions, our sins in that broader sense. They're all interconnected consequences.
It's not just random misfortune then.
Not according to this perspective. And here's another crucial reframe. Suffering isn't always just punishment. It's not necessarily God being angry or paying you back for specific bad deeds.
Okay, so what else could it be?
It's often presented as a difficult but ultimately beneficial process, almost like purification, an opportunity for real spiritual growth.
Like refining gold in fire, that kind of analogy.
Exactly that kind of analogy. The text even suggests suffering can sometimes arise from God's grace, or even from past good deeds, acting as a catalyst to push you forward rather than just retribution.
Wow, okay, suffering as a catalyst, maybe even a gift in disguise.
Yeah.
That's a very different way to look at hardship.
It really is. And to understand how this all works, how these consequences unfold, we need to look at the mechanics of karma itself. The text outlines three main categories of actions.
Right, let's get into those. The first one is Sanchit karma.
Sinchit karma, yes. Think of this as your total accumulated karma from all past lives, all past actions. It's like a vast storehouse of seeds in your subconscious.
Seeds just waiting.
Exactly. Dormant impressions may be waiting thousands of years, the text suggests, for just the right conditions to sprout and bear fruit. They're powerful, latent forces.
Okay, so that's the big backlog. What's next?
Next is prarabdha karma. This is often what people mean when they talk about destiny or fate.
The stuff that seems unavoidable.
Sort of. These karmas stem from actions, especially mental ones, performed with very strong intention and emotion in the past. Their results are considered pretty much fixed, like maybe a chronic illness or a certain level of poverty you're born into.
So the result is fixed, but maybe not when it happens.
That's the nuance, yes. The time frame for manifestation can vary. It highlights that intricate dance. Past actions, karma, create your current fate, prabdha, and that fate shapes your present experience.
Okay, Senchit is the storehouse. Parab is the portion of that fate playing out now. What's the third?
The third is kriyama and karma. These are your current actions, the things you're doing right now in this moment.
And their results are immediate.
Largely, yes. The classic example is drinking poison. The result, death, is almost instantaneous. These are mainly seen as physical actions, and because the cause and effect is so direct, they're considered the most easily changeable through conscious choice and effort.
Okay. So understanding these three helps explain why some things feel set in stone, while others feel like we have direct control over them.
Exactly. It gives a framework for understanding that mix of destiny and free will we all experience.
Now, this next idea,
Ah.
this may be the most empowering one in the whole text, I think.
Yeah.
The core concept that you are the creator of your own worlds.
It's a powerful statement, isn't it? The idea that the world out there isn't just fixed reality that you react to.
Right. Instead, it's fundamentally a reflection of your inner state, shaped constantly by your choices, both conscious and, crucially, unconscious.
So the question becomes, what world are you creating? What is the reflection showing you about yourself? The book uses some lovely, simple analogies.
Yeah, like the potter with clay.
Or a jeweler with gold, a tailor with fabric and thread. They take raw material, the world in this case, and transform it based entirely on their intention and skill.
So the world is literally acting like a mirror, reflecting your inner self back at you.
Precisely. If you're fundamentally a greedy person, the text suggests you'll see greed everywhere. You'll interpret actions through that lens. If you're curious, you'll find knowledge and learning opportunities constantly.
It also touches on those three basic qualities: the guna sat, goodness; raj, passion; tam, ignorance, saying they're all mixed in the world.
And whichever one dominates your inner state will color how you perceive everything. It determines the tint of the mirror, in a way.
There's that anecdote about the thief, isn't there?
Yes, the thief's world idea. A thief sees potential theft everywhere, sees other thieves as kindred spirits and honest people as, well, almost like enemies or fools.
It perfectly illustrates how your internal belief system literally constructs the reality you experience. It's not just seeing things differently, it's like living in a different world shaped by that belief.
Which leads to the most hopeful part of this idea.
If you can change your inner perspective,
The world you perceive will change accordingly. Your imagination, your mental imagery, they aren't just idle daydreams. They are active forces, architects building your reality moment by moment.
incredible. So, linking this back to suffering then, it reinforces that idea we touched on earlier. Suffering isn't always just straightforward punishment for past mistakes.
No, it can genuinely be what the text calls a divine opportunity, a chance to grow, to purify yourself, to break free from attachments that hold you back.
So instead of just enduring hardship, we're invited to see it differently. As a challenge, yes, but one that can forge strength, cultivate virtue, refine the soul.
Like the book says, a brave soldier doesn't run from the battle. Facing suffering, really engaging with it, can lead to profound self-awareness and spiritual progress. It can be a difficult gift.
And how should we act then within this understanding? If suffering can be a catalyst and we shape our reality.
Well, the text stresses the importance of actively working for good, trying to remove evil and suffering where we see it. There's that principle, love is greater than law.
Meaning it's not enough to just follow rules, we need active compassion. Trying to improve things, not just passively accepting wrong.
Exactly. It's a call to action, balanced with a call for acceptance and responsibility. Accept your duties, patiently endure the hardships that do come your way.
Seeing them as those opportunities for self-reflection.
And ultimately as a kind of divine blessing intended for your progress. It's a challenging balance action and acceptance.
What a journey today. We started with that really common puzzle, why life sometimes seems so unfair.
Mm-hmm.
And we explored this idea of Chitragupta not as some external accountant, but as our own inner consciousness recording everything via the karma rekha.
And we looked at suffering adhibetmik, ahipotic, adhidevik, seeing it not just as punishment, but potentially as this purifying fire, this opportunity for growth.
Understanding those three types of karma sanchit prabdha kriyaman really helped clarify that interplay between what seems fated and what we can change right now.
But perhaps the most profound takeaway, the real game changer, is that core idea. You are the architect of your own world.
Your inner state, your intentions, your thoughts, they're actively shaping the reality you experience, mirroring your true self back to you.
So maybe the thought to leave you with today is this. If your inner world is constantly creating the reality you perceive, what kind of world are you, perhaps unconsciously, building around yourself right this moment?
Yeah. How could a deeper awareness day to day of your intentions, of those lines you're etching internally, how could that change not just how you see karma, but the actual choices you make?
What might you unlock if you really truly embrace the idea that you are the creator of your own experience? What new reality could emerge?